I assume we're all familiar with this legendary intro, but I'm about to give you a whole new perspective on it. Yeah. You can play as Link on the title screen. I was filming some cinematic shots using Ocarina of Time's native Debug camera in Ship of Arcinian. This lets you take the camera anywhere you want. You can activate it by setting up a controller in port 3 and pressing start. I'm not sure if this works on the Nintendo 64 itself, so if anyone's willing to test that out, comment below if it works or not. While using the Debug camera, I can turn off the UI using this command prompt, and it makes for a really nice camera. Anyway, one night, I accidentally activated the Debug camera during a cutscene, and when I turned it back off, I discovered I can control Link during the cutscene. So I was curious what would happen if I turned it on and off during the title screen, and sure enough, it let me take control of Link. Now we can all agree this shot here is iconic. But when you pan the camera around, he's just running on top of this hill, heading straight for a wall. Gotta hand it to Nintendo though. They chose a really cool camera angle here. Looks really nice with the light coming over the hill. While playing as Link here, you can check and see what items he has. He has 150 rupees, every single item except the Ocarina of Time. In the title screen of Ocarina of Time, he doesn't have the Ocarina of Time. Also, that's not the Bagoron sword. That's the Giant's knife. He has every single medallion, but he doesn't have any of the spiritual stones. Odd? Yeah, the world here is in a weird state of flux. It's basically nighttime, but the bridge is down, and not only is it down, it's intact. I had to be careful not to press A here, or else the title screen would pop up. But once I loaded into another area, that was no longer an issue. But what was an issue now was that I suddenly lost my horse. I tried to call her back, but she didn't come. So even though Link has Epona in the title screen, he technically doesn't have her unlocked. So I went to save Epona. While doing so, I learned that if you turn off the UI while the timer is still going during horse training, the timer stops completely. That's pretty neat. After rescuing my stallion friend, I then made my way to the Kokiri village. It was in the state that it should be when I'm an adult. However, one big thing was different. The Deku Tree was still alive. So if we never get the spiritual stone of the forest, the Deku Tree never dies? Huh. Does this mean Goma was actually keeping the Deku Tree alive? That's a disturbing thought. Next, I left the forest and was greeted by a very short friend. She gifted me an ocarina that I already had, and I went on my merry way. I headed for Dodongo's cavern and was easily able to beat King Dodongo as adult Link. And for my efforts, Darunia rewarded me with nothing. Thanks, buddy. Afterwards, I headed for Zora's domain, and sure enough, it was frozen, and so was King Zora, but in the completely wrong spot. I guess since I never gave him Ruto's letter, he never scooted over, so now he's just frozen here in the middle of the path. I needed to get past him to see if Lord Jabu Jabu was still alive in this weird alternate dimension, so I used a little bit of moon jumping to get past him, and sadly, Lord Jabu Jabu was no longer with us. I took a shortcut to the Lost Woods and went to go check up on my friend Saria, but she was also no longer with us. So, with depression and determination, I warped to the Temple of Time. What was weird though was that the spiritual stones were there, but the door of time was closed. So I went ahead and played the Song of Time. 3 floating nothings came out of me, and nothing happened. But I had to see what was beyond the door, so I no-clipped my way inside and a cutscene activated. It's the cutscene that plays after you return from the Sacred Realm for the first time and meet Sheik. Immediately after this cutscene, it played the cutscene that plays whenever you discover the Master Sword for the first time. Only the Master Sword wasn't there.
Whoa, look, Link! It's Sheik!
Since Link had the light arrows and all 7 medallions, I figured there was nothing stopping me from heading straight to Ganon. So I fought my way up Ganon's tower, played some energy tennis. I tried to control Link during the cutscene where the tower is collapsing, and I succeeded, but the tower, stopped collapsing. Zelda was nowhere to be found, so I just ran around on top of the castle for a few minutes and then I voided out so the next scene would load. I then proceeded to knock Ganon down with a Deku Nut, and then the sages grounded him for 100 years. So yeah, not only can you play as Link during the title screen, but you can also finish the game as well. It's basically a secret 4th save slot. I don't think it would help anyone in the speedrunning community, but I just thought it was a cool discovery. Stay tuned for more Zelda content because I'm hammering away at that big Zelda project I've been talking about for the past 6 months now, and it's now called the Ocarina of Time Triforce Review-spective. It is beyond a doubt my biggest project yet, and I've been editing the video for it for over 40 hours now. I'm only 12.5% done with it so far, but I've been putting 7 or 8 hours a day into it, so hopefully I'll have it out by January. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.